Please join me in welcoming on stage the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
This is McGroarty at the University of Johannesburg in Soweto, where President Barack Obama spoke to 600 young African leaders tonight about U.S. engagement on the continent.
Hello, everybody.
He touched on trade.
Our policy is to see success here in Africa.
He touched on terrorism.
There's no doubt that we've made some progress in dealing with some extremist groups. For example, core Al-Qaeda and bin Laden.
He touched on the impact that Kenya's recent elections could have on U.S. relations with East Africa's biggest economy.
I was very proud to see the restraint in which the election was held. We did not see a repeat of the violence that we saw in the last election.
On trade, he said that he hoped that AGOA, a package of preferential trade agreements for African countries, would be renewed by Congress ahead of its 2015 expiration date, something many African countries are concerned about if they do lose those trade preferences.
We're all anticipating an extension of that act because it has opened a lot of small and big businesses in Africa to the U.S., very difficult U.S. market.
People were very excited about his arrival, singing songs from the apartheid era, from the struggle, some of them dedicated to Nelson Mandela.
Reflecting on his years in prison, Nelson Mandela wrote that there were dark moments that tested his faith in humanity, but he refused to give up.
President Obama highlighted several leaders specifically in his speech who we spoke to.
The visit of President Obama in South Africa, I think, is very good because particularly for us people who are working on the areas of HIV and AIDS.
The crowd here at the University of Johannesburg in Soweto was mostly made up of young leaders, but some very prominent Africans were here as well, including Patrice Motsepe, one of South Africa's richest men, and Aliko Dangote, head and founder of the Dangote Group cement empire, who we had a chance to speak to.
We also in Africa, we have to do our own bit because it doesn't matter how he wants to help us or the American people want to help sub-Saharan Africa, we have to do also our own bit.
As we see a bright future ahead.
For the Wall Street Journal, this is McGroarty in Johannesburg.
Thank you.